Mr. Chairman. In its report of the attack, the Accountability Review Board found that there was, quote, unsatisfactory leadership performance, systematic failures in leadership, and management deficiencies at senior levels. It would seem to me, in the normal world, which would be outside of government, if somebody reviewed a business or an entity and found that there were deficiencies and lack of leadership and lack of accountability, somebody would face the consequences. They would see the music. But not so with the government, especially the State Department. 4 junior employees were placed on leave in December for their actions and their judgments related to Benghazi. But Secretary Kerry, when he came in, he said, oh, it's okay, come on back. In fact, Elizabeth Dibble has been promoted to Deputy Chief of Mission in London. No one has been held accountable for, as I have quoted the Accountability Review Board, unsatisfactory leadership performance. And in this case, it's not just like missing a memo. People have died. I know there are those in the administration who says that was a long time ago, but to those 4 families, it was the death of 4 individuals. And when you mess up in leadership like this and people die, it would seem to me somebody has to be, if we can use the word, punished for that. But no one has been punished at all in this situation. And then you look on the other side. To quote the President, here's what he said. My biggest priority now is bringing these folks to justice. Okay, that's what he said a year ago. My biggest priority now is bringing these folks to justice. It would seem to me that the President should be just as concerned about Americans dying in Libya as he is about Syrians dying in Syria. That seems to be the priority now, not bringing these folks to justice, because they haven't been brought to justice. Now, my background as a prosecutor and a judge, and I've seen a lot of cases made by a lot of law enforcement, and you're here and you've told us, I can't tell you what the FBI, the DOD, and all of our intelligence agencies are doing to capture the bad guys because I assume it's classified. Well, after a year, we can't find these people, but yet a CNN reporter can go to Benghazi at a hotel, at a coffee shop, and have coffee with the suspected ringleader of this, who's been indicted by our government. Maybe the FBI ought to just ask the CNN reporter, how'd you get a hold of this guy? You know, why don't we bring him back? And it's skeptical. I am skeptical. People I represent are skeptical about the administration, the State Department, the FBI, not bringing these killers to justice. My question to you, do you believe Ansar al-Sharia was responsible for the attack on the Benghazi mission?
I think that is one of the questions that is still being sorted out. It's possible that it was. It's possible that it was them and others. That is being sorted out.
Do you think they were involved? I mean, you're the guy that should know. Do you think they were involved or not?
I know that this was a terrorist attack, and it doesn't matter to me whether it was Ansar al-Sharia or Al-Qaeda or whoever. These were terrorists. And whatever organization they belong to, they are enemies of the United States, and they must be brought.
Do you think Ansar al-Sharia should be named as foreign terrorist organization?
That's not in my domain, but I'll take the question back to my colleagues.
Well, it would seem like you'd want to know what group was involved, and it doesn't make any difference to you, but you do believe it was terrorists that were involved in this murder.
I didn't say I don't care of who is involved. I'm saying that there were clearly a range of individuals who attacked our facility that night, and they were terrorists.
And you'll get back with me on whether you think the Ansar al-Sharia should be a...
I'll be glad to take that question.
You are aware, of course, on September 12th, our time, they claimed responsibility for this the next day, the next morning they claimed.
And then someone else claiming to be Ansar al-Sharia withdrew that claim.
But at the end of the day, here we are. Nobody has been taken out. Nobody's in custody. Nobody's in jail. Either on the side of the State Department, nobody's in jail accountable for the murder. So whether it's the people who were responsible for the killing or the people who may have made mistakes about the administration of this, nobody's in custody. Last question.